Hello, class. For today, what we'll be learning about is generating and asking questions while reading. This is an important aspect of reading in order to get a little bit more of a comprehension or an understanding of what you're reading. When reading, generating and asking questions is a strategy that involves us readers asking ourselves questions throughout the reading of a text. The ability for us readers to ask ourselves relevant questions as we read is especially valuable in helping us to integrate information, identify main ideas, and summarize information as well. Asking the right questions allows us good readers to focus on the most important information in a text. Generating good questions as well may also lead us readers to focus on problems with comprehension and to take actions to deal with these problems. So for today, what we'll be focusing on is at the end of part 6 of Wonder, we get sort of a surprise in this one new character called Miranda. As readers, as we finish part 6, we can ask ourselves, who is Miranda? In part 7, are we going to know who she is? Are we going to get some specific details about her, who she is, where she came from, how is she related to August? Some of those questions, are some questions that are relevant and okay and perfectly fine to ask ourselves. So as we read, we can ask ourselves once again, who is she? Where is she from? Who are her parents? Is she August's friend? August's family member? So those are some questions that we can ask ourselves. And once we start reading part 7, the chapter on Miranda, maybe we can get some of those answers. So here is a little chapter excerpt from the part 7, Miranda, Camp Lies. My parents got divorced the summer before 9th grade. My father was with someone else right away. In fact, though my mother never said so, I think this was the lesson they got divorced. After the divorce, I hardly ever saw my father, and my mother acted stranger than ever. It's not that she was unstable or anything, just distant, remote. My mother is the kind of person who has a happy face for the rest of the world, but not a lot left over for me. She's never talked to me much, not about her feelings, her life. I don't know much about what she was like when she was my age. Don't know much about the things she liked or didn't. The few times she mentioned her own parents, who I've never met, it was mostly about how she wanted to get as far from them as she could at once. So just by reading this, we get a little bit of an introduction on Miranda about how her parents are divorced, obviously, which is a very tough situation for children to deal with. So maybe in the reading, as we finish reading that, we can ask ourselves, will we get to know a little more about her parents? Will we get to meet her mom or her father? Is her mother dating someone else now? Does she have any siblings? So some of those questions that will help us as readers continue to improve.